People take advantage of bidders on storagetreasures.com, and Storage Treasures won't do a damn thing about it, and they know that this is going on, and they're trained to tell us if you got taken advantage of, there's nothing that they are gonna do about it. Oh boy, do I have a story for y'all today. Okay, I don't even know where to start. And actually, I'm going to add something because this is not really good news. So I'm going to actually add something that I hadn't really been wanting to share with everybody. And it's going to be kind of to make it better, because otherwise, why would I just want to share bad news without telling you guys a way to make it better, okay? And so even though I'm actually like in a good mood and smiling, you guys, not too long ago, I found out Storage Treasures bidding process is not always gonna be fair and legit. And when I found this out, I was pissed off, and I'm gonna show you guys the proof and why I'm saying this. So I officially found out why some of these units on storagetreasures.com be going for outrageous prices, thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars, leaving regular resellers like me just trying to make an honest buck bewildered, just trying to figure out. Sometimes I just look at these units trying to figure out, why is this unit going for so much money? Well, I just got evidence to confirm, and I will share it with you guys. This confirms that half the time this bidding is complete bullshit. And I found out the hard way, and I have hard evidence. Like, the people at the storage facility literally admitted to me on camera. They didn't know I was recording though, but they admitted that I was basically set up. And now let me back up a little bit, okay, you guys? So if you don't know what storagetreasures.com is, storagetreasures.com is a website where you can actually bid on storage units, get the stuff that's in it. You know, they have pictures for you and everything. Check it out. This video is not really to explain that. This is mainly for people that buy storage units on storagetreasures.com on a regular basis, okay? Now, I was one day scrolling, looking for a unit to buy, as I usually do, right? And I seen this unit, and it was kind of like low key, and it wasn't getting a lot of views. And you know what? Honestly, I had told myself, like, this kind of unit, I'm not going to buy these kind of units no more, because it was kind of junky. But this unit like had a bunch of bins, like gray totes. It was actually like those CVS totes that open with the two flaps. It had a bunch of them, like 20, maybe 30 bins. And then it had like a lot of boxes. And from what I could see, a lot of like tools and stuff like that. So I'm like, yo, it's got like a good amount of junk in there, but this low key, this unit, like, look at those totes. Like, it could literally be like gold bars, you know the video, I found gold in the storage unit, gold bars. Or I'm thinking like $100 bills, y'all. Honestly, at least some stuff that I could, sell and make some decent money off of, you know what I'm saying? So I gave myself a number though, like, how much ought I want to spend on this unit? And my number was about $300, right? And I'm thinking like, yo, this unit is low key, nobody's looking at it. The bidding was low. It was like 100 and something. So I'm like, 300, hopefully I can win the bid. And that unit ended up going for like $700 or some change. And I stopped bidding around 400 on it, right? Thinking that this other thing that usually happens sometimes might happen this time, right? And I'm gonna tell y'all more about that later. And this is kind of like my little secret that I don't be wanting everybody to know about. But that little come up, that little hook up after the auction ended, that I was thinking was gonna happen because I felt like the unit went for too much, it didn't happen. And obviously I forgot about it. And you know what? So the next week, why I see this unit for bidding again, right? And same thing. You would look at the bottom of the page, it shows you how many people look at the page. because the first picture that they showed was trash. It was like nobody was even looking at this unit. And I had bid like $20, right? Something like that. And I was winning the bid all week. Nobody else even bid against me, right? And so I'm thinking for sure this time I'm gonna get this unit for like 100, 200 at the most. Because people that come at the last minute ain't really had a chance to go through the pictures and see all the little goodies. You know, they're not gonna just bid a lot, right? Because they ain't even really looked at the unit that good. And so I'm already planning my day to plan to go start unloading this unit. Like I'm this confident, like I'm gonna get this unit today. So I'm emptying out my van, getting everything ready so I could jump on it, because I know I was gonna have a lot of trash to get rid of, right? But look, y'all, like in the last hour, this unit go from $20. So I'm pretty sure there's some fraud going on with this storage unit. I just know that there's not at least 2 people this stupid. There's no way. First of all, like, is this a manager special or a non-lean unit? Because you see where it says unit appears to contain, this description is never ever ever this deep. This is outrageous. And the unit was around $600 or something, where I was like, oh shoot, I had in bid since $20. So I went ahead and shot in a bid right quick. So I threw my just in case bid in, right? And remember that, just in case bid. Even though it was more than I wanted to pay, I just had threw a bid in at 600 because the price was just skyrocketing like crazy. This unit ended up going for $2,200. I couldn't believe it, y'all. I think I even was screen recording it. Like, this is unbelievable. And I had just knew something was not right with this unit, because first of all, this is the second time this unit has been at auction, and it went for too much the first time. Now you tell me the second time it's gonna go for 3 times as much, right? And so I had to figure out what I was going to do the rest of the day, because I really thought that I was going to win that unit. And it was about 2 days later. First of all, somebody had broke into my car overnight, right? And so I ended up at the window repair shop. And guess what happens? I get something called a second chance offer. And by the time I get to the end of this story and let you guys know what was actually going on with this storage unit and how Storage Treasures actually knows that this happened, and I'm gonna show proof with y'all that they know about it, they're benefiting from it, and they ain't even trying to do nothing about it whatsoever. I got it all documented. So you're gonna want to know about this second chance offer thing, right? I get the second chance offer for $600. I accept it. 600 and some change, right? I accept it. Even though that was already more than I wanted to pay for this unit, I was kind of desperate and thirsty over this unit. Like, when I saw the offer come, like, I was excited, and I just accepted it right away, because the first person that accepts it gets it. And so how does second chance offers work? So a second chance offer is going to go out to the top 3 backup bidders. So top 3 backup bidders. So somebody's going to win the bidding, and then the 3 people under them who had the highest bids will get a second chance offer if that person doesn't follow through with it. And I've heard all kinds of stories, because I always talk to people, and I've had more than half of the storage units that I've gotten has been second chance offers, because this is a way to get it on the low. And I even had a whole strategy at one point. But what people do is they'll win the bidding on multiple units, right? And then they're gonna be over here like, okay, I want this one, I want that one. Which one do I actually want? And now that's ridiculous, because some of us is like committed to a unit, right? And it's some people just playing games where they might not even end up paying for the unit, but they running up the price on you, right? So that, like, just know that you could set your price, what you want to pay, and then if you can't get it for that price, most likely it didn't went too high. Unless you being too cheap, after you set your price, more than likely it went too high, right? To actually make a decent profit on it. And those be the cases where people cancel the bidding, right? So always remember, you don't have to overbid people, because some of these people don't even be serious. And sometimes the storage facilities, if you're not dealing with one of the big storage units like Public Storage or Extra Space, these mom and pop storage facilities, they be running game. So I'm at the window repair place, and I was looking at my invoice, and I seen a weird charge on there that I wasn't really familiar with. So I called Storage Treasures, and I kind of wanted to know, hey, why are y'all charging me like more than 10% of the thing, right? And so they had charged me like an extra percentage that was actually going towards what I owed to the storage place. But while I was on the phone with him, I was like, hey, I just want to let y'all know, like, I'm pretty sure with some weird, probably like fraudulent stuff going on with this storage unit, because XYZ happened. It went for more than once, and then it went for like crazy amount of money. And then imagine, look, I end up in the top 3 backup bidders at $600 when the unit went for $2,200. So something wasn't adding up, right? Now imagine if I would have had bid $2,300 and won the unit, but here I am getting it for $600, right? So don't forget about that. So anyways, what he told me was that everything looked legit on his end. He said that the person that originally won the bidding had a history of winning bids on storagetreasures.com, right? And I wish I had got that on camera, because the next person that I talked to, I was recording them, and I'm gonna let y'all hear what happened too. So that first guy that I talked to on the phone with had gassed me up and was telling me, like, if I find out that it wasn't a lien unit, like if it was a manager special or if it was an actual person selling their unit, call it in and let them know, right? So I'm like, okay. So I had a game plan. When I went to the storage facility, I had a couple of things that I felt like I wanted to try to bait them into lying, and I got them too on camera. Yeah, I've been trying to get this unit the first time, second time. I guess I just gotta let
this is the second time because the cards keep declining. Now the person who bought it right before you was the actual tenant. And you know what's crazy?
What?
She paid more for it declined. She put more down than it was actually owed.
Wow, that's crazy.
And I told her I would work her deal. So I don't know what her name is. So she lost out.
Okay, thank you. And so I had this lady on camera admitting that the person that won the bidding on the storage unit was the owner of the storage unit. It was the owner of the storage unit, was one of the people. It takes at least 2 accounts to run up the bid, right? So I'm automatically thinking you was the other person bidding with them back and forth to get the price up, but I don't got no proof of that. But the owner of the unit could have had a friend or family member helping or whatever too. But the storage facility knew that it was the person who owned the unit that was bidding the price stupid high, and they was bidding way more than they actually owed on the unit to get their stuff back. So how you trying to get your stuff back if you trying to pay more than you could just go at any given moment? If I won the bidding, as long as I haven't went and paid yet, the owner of the storage unit could come to the storage facility and pay it, and it'll cancel the bidding and everything, and they could keep their stuff, right? So because of the way that lien sales work, it's actually a conflict of interest for the owner of the storage unit to be bidding against other people for their property, because the storage facility does not just keep the money that they get from selling the storage unit. That money goes to cover the bill that the owner of the storage unit owes, right? But after that, the storage facility has to pay the rest of that money to the owner of the storage unit. They owed $700 and it went for $2,200. I think that's about $1,500 that would go to the owner of the storage unit. And if you only owe $700, why are you bidding $2,200 on your own storage unit? So when I got the lady on camera admitting all this, I'm excited. I'm thinking I'm about to get all my money back, or I'm about to get a discount, like what I originally wanted to pay, $200-$300. Give me back my other $400, right? But I'm like, but I still got, I already paid them and they got my deposit. So let me go ahead and empty out the storage unit. I got the lady on camera. Then I'm going to call in and tell Storage Treasures what happened. And if I need to show them the evidence, I'll show them the evidence and all of that. So now this is where things get interesting, right? Because I had the lady on camera admitting this. When I finally get around to calling Storage Treasures, what do y'all think happened?
Thank you for calling Storage Treasures. My name is Fina. How can I assist you?
And what I found out when I was there talking to the lady and I was paying for it, and I explained to her, like, hey, I'm just trying to get this unit several times, and she said, yeah, the credit cards kept getting declined because the owner of the unit was bidding on the unit. So I was thinking that I should report that, because I don't think they're not supposed to bid on the unit, right? The actual person who...
Unfortunately, they were allowed to. Legally, we can't tell them that they can't on our website. It's up to the facility if they're going to be willing to accept their bid or not, though.
Oh. Okay.
So legally, we have to let them use our website.
Okay, so there's nothing you guys can do for like other buyers having to pay more for units for the actual owner of the unit bidding, because you know our money that we pay for a unit covers their fees that they owe the storage place, and if the bidding goes over...
We can't do anything here legally as a platform. The only people who have the option of doing anything with their units in regards to the situation is the facilities itself, because we don't handle their units. We don't do anything with Unix post-sale trade, nothing like that. We only do support for them using our website. So it's kind of whatever the facility wants to do, we'll abide by that.
Okay.
Excuse me, but
So,
as far as them not bidding, legally they have the opportunity to bid on our website on anything that they want to.
I'm not sure if that's true, because it's considered a conflict of interest.
With the facility it would be, but on our website, since it's not the facility is not
No.
Storage Treasures, we're two
No, it's
separate
like,
people.
say if you were selling a house, right? And you were gonna let people bid on the house, you as the seller of the house shouldn't be able to bid against the buyers, because you're gonna get the money from the sale. That's kind of like what's happening. Like if they bid against us, they make the price go higher, and then they get money in return because they made the price go higher. Because if the
They
unit...
don't get any money in
No, they
return.
do.
It
They
just
do
has
it. That's
to go
how
to
lien
them.
sales work. When your property is sold in a lien sale, if the property sells for more than what you owe the lien holder, then you're going to get a check for the amount of money, that the difference in what you owe them and what your property...
Unfortunately, for our website, it doesn't work that way, though. That might be something directly with the facility, but that's what I'm trying to explain. We're not the facility. We don't know the laws and rules for that, but for our website, it's completely different. So we wouldn't even handle something like that. We're unaware of how that situation occurs or how the process happens.
You guys should
We
put
only
a
know that for our
disclaimer in your website, especially
I've
with the
been
way
here
that
for
you...
quite a few years.
And has this happened before since you've been here?
Absolutely, all the time, and that's why I'm informing you of this, because this is what we've been informed for years to tell you guys.
So if I'm bidding on a storage unit and the owner of the storage unit is bidding against me so that I can pay more so that they can get the money, that's okay?
Typically, that's not the reason why, and we can't just assume that that's something that they're doing. Typically, the bidders are on there. Tenants can be on there too, because they just want to pay a lower amount to get their unit back instead of paying $1,000
Yes,
you know,
but
just
this person drove the bid up over $1,000 more than they owed the storage facility. I even have the lady. I have the lady on camera saying that they paid way more. They bid way more on the unit than what they owed, which didn't make sense to her. But
is there proof that you're able to give that states that that is the specific reason of why they decided to do that, or is that just an assumption?
Okay, well, I'm just gonna you know, take it for what it's worth, and I'll just keep that in mind, not to feel like I'm bidding. You know, I could be bidding against somebody who has ulterior motives, and they're not just trying to get this.
We recommend if you don't trust it, don't bid.
So basically, what I got from the lady on the phone was storagetreasures.com is just a website, and they don't guarantee that the bidding on their website is legitimate or fair or anything of that nature. As far as they're concerned, that's all up to the storage facility. So the storage facility could do whatever they want. And I mean, unless you're going to sue them directly or go after them directly, then it's nothing that you could do about it. So as the lady said in the video, if you don't trust it, don't bid on it. Those prices are not guaranteed to be reflective of other resellers bidding against you with the intent of making a profit from selling the items in that storage unit. You could be literally bidding against the owner of the storage unit, who might just so want their storage unit to go for a certain amount of money, and will just keep on bidding against anybody until they get to the amount that they want to. And that's why, you know what, I use a strategy where I'm not going to bid until the last second. I'm not going to just keep on bidding up. Because if you're trying to scam me, I'm going to make you take all day to get that price where you want it to be. Or I'm going to just back out. Wait for the second chance offer on your stupid scamming ass. But it's, yeah, man, it's scam city out here. So be very, very careful on storagetreasures.com. So like I said in the beginning, pick a price that you think is fair for what you can reasonably pay for this storage unit and make a decent profit off of, because we've all seen storage units going for crazy amounts of money, and it kind of gasses us up a little bit and makes us think like that you got to pay to play. But a lot of the times those units don't go through. Like on eBay, you don't know if you see something sold for a ridiculous amount of money. You don't know if the person who bid that or offered that is actually going to pay for it. Same thing with storage treasures. We don't know if these people are actually paying for these units, and if they were legitimately purchasing the units as someone looking to turn a profit by selling the items in the storage unit. And so I hope this video will be very enlightening to a lot of you guys. I'm a small YouTuber. I'm trying to get to 1,000 subs. So if you don't mind helping me out, hit that like button. Consider subscribing to the channel. And I'll catch you guys back here on the next video.